Welcome to the month of December. As you can tell, my cattle, my water buffalo, are still invisible. And we still have that Valtra tractor from the last episode. And it's working great. It doesn't even show up in own products. So we're not paying any rent. We're not doing anything with it. We're just using it for free. But in this episode, I want to get our productions started. I'm wanting to put in a sawmill. And the base game sawmills, the small ones, they weren't producing very good. They didn't do much, movement. But you can get a mod that'll increase that. Production points increased is what it's called. So I'm going to go ahead and get that. Put it in back here, right about there. And we'll grab a chainsaw and we can actually start cutting down these big trees. And then we'll get some kind of cable system to be able to pull it over. So let me go ahead and get that chainsaw. Get the Husqvarna chainsaw here, and then go ahead and get the winch system here. And I think this will work just fine behind our white tractor. It'll do the job. It only needs 60 horsepower, so it's not going to take much. That pretty well ran us out of money. My goal is to try to get enough of this done where we can start running some productions by making I believe the toys. No, I think it's like a playground equipment. That is what I would like to get. Let me go ahead and cut down our first tree. These big trees do take a little bit extra time to cut down. I mean, they'll be well worth it. I doubt our winch can pull the whole tree, so I'll have to cut it up a little bit. But I'm not going to worry about taking the branches off. That's just a waste of time, and all we're going to do is drag it right over to our sawmill. But there, finally got through it. You see, I'm not going to worry about eliminate because the limbs will not come off very well of this tree anyhow. Oop. Hope if I use the right button, cut it instead of hopping over it. I think maybe make 2 cuts, cut it down to 2 smaller pieces. Should do just fine. There. I think those 2 cuts should be small enough that we can get that all brought up. But let me go hop over. Normally I just reset the tractor to the shop, and I'm not even going to risk resetting the Valtra. I'll just go ahead and reset the white, and then we can hook up to that winch. Here we are, reset. They don't have big enough winches yet to probably pull that whole tree. I think maybe later on they'll come out with some new mods. I know the Platinum expansion last time around gave us some really good winches that can pull a lot more. This little one here can't do too much. I was just looking at our time-saving stock check, and our grass is not quite fermented yet. So we have 175,000 liters of grass. It's coming in at $26,000. We'll end up seeing how much we can get as soon as I think it was at 95%, so it's not going to be much longer, and that will be silage. We also have all these silage bales here. Looks like 8 or maybe 7, 8, 9, 10. About 10 bales on there. Here, let me go ahead and get this up to the house. We'll grab that one big log and start producing some lumber. I believe we'll do planks and long planks because that's what the playground equipment requires. So that's what we're going to set it up with first. And also with this mod, there's an improvement. The regular mod of the small sawmill doesn't do any wood chips. But this modded one here with increased capacities will allow wood chips as well. Unfortunately, it just spawns out in a pallet of its own, and so now you got to deal with extra pallets, but a little extra money as well. All right, let's go ahead and hook up to the small piece first. That should do it. Just drag it on over. Yeah, it has no problems pulling it. It should just disappear once I hit there. Yep. I'll go ahead and get the rest of this in there, and then we will fire that production up. I had actually tested this with the regular base game sawmill, and it would not hold this whole tree. So I think, as I push our trailer out of the way, I believe this will take the whole tree. So I think it increased the production amount. Yes, it did. Perfect. That's a lot better. I like to have enough storage in here that it can... Oops. That's cool. Wrong button, though. I want to... I'm going to have trouble, I'm afraid. There. Finally got it. was afraid I had the tractor too close. I'm going to go ahead with the long planks and the regular planks. And now it's running. Go ahead and skip on to the next month and see what we've produced. Well, here we are in January, a new month. Let's go ahead before I throw this in the barn to feed the water buffalo. Let's just see how much they were worth. It looks like we're already out of lumber there. But now our silage has gone up to $74,000. So a big difference from the $26,000 that we were at. So almost 3 times the money by letting it ferment. And actually, as you can tell, I'm negative $3,000 in the bank. So we're going to have to sell some of that silage. Which is okay. I mean, we have it. We have several bales. What was it, 10 bales down on the barge. Go back and we will see how much we've actually produced on lumber. So let's see, it looks like $34,000 in planks and another $31,000 in long planks. The only problem is it doesn't really have much of a space to be able to spawn out. I wish it could do a little bit more, but whoops. And of course there is our wood chips. That's the one thing I don't like. I wish the wood chips would go into some kind of bunker or grain bin of some sort instead of just spawning out right here. But I have the lumberjack mod, so it allows me to kind of use a little super strength. Get all these done. So we're going to have to buy some kind of truck that we can haul this with, and also a forklift. Actually, we probably don't need a forklift because I could just do this the whole day, but I mean, it's not very realistic picking up these big bundles of lumber. Let me go ahead. We'll get some of those bales taken to the sell point and get enough money to be back in the positive. Then we'll look into some kind of trailer or truck that can work as a flatbed. One thing I've noticed in FS25 that when it snows, it doesn't seem to get slick out. No, in 22 it seemed like you'd slide all over the place, but when I went down to the ferry to pick up this load of silage bales, it didn't slide around at all. So I don't know if maybe when the snow gets a little deeper it'll slide, but here I'll take this corner as fast as I can, and it doesn't slide at all. It just went right around it. Let me get these bales sold off so we can get a little bit of money in the bank so we're out of the negative. There's a little bit of money for us. Back up in the green. I'll try to figure out what kind of truck we should go with. I think a truck would probably be the easiest to use. I know there are some. This guy here will work as a flatbed. Of course, we only have $10,000. It's not going to get us much. But I'd rather have no sides, but I think we can get a little bit more on it. Maybe if I put the long plank sideways, I could just pile them up that way. Wish I had like an extended version of this. Of course, no extended. We're not going to... I mean, if this was an auto load, maybe, but I'm not going to do anything like that. So we'll just go ahead and at least this. The crew cab isn't going to make the bed any longer. It looks nicer, but I'm not going to spend the extra money for it. Let's see what color choices. Ooh, got some... Try that blue. I think that blue's pretty. I'll go ahead and get that one. Just lease it. $3,000. All right, well, I'll head to the shop and get it picked up and get it up to the sawmill. So I decided until I have enough money to buy the playground production, I am going to just put it on auto sell. So we're going to go ahead and sell that direct instead of having to haul it around. Of course, we're still going to have the wood chips. The wood chips are always going to be there. Looks like 1,900 meters to the playground. I am loading out one of those piles of silage bales there also to get a little extra money. So I'm not sure how much money we're going to need to buy the playground. I thought, well, for right now we're going to have to sell some of it to be able to make enough. So that's what we're doing. We're going to sell it. So we'll see you at the playground. I actually forgot how far it was out here trying to get to this place. Here we are. Looks like we can sell it right there. Then we'll run over and see how much it costs to actually make this production. There, perfect. Ooh, $45,000. Not too bad. Good, good, good. I'll go and see. We're only at 52,000, and we need 150. So we've got to come up with another $100,000, which of course at the top of the hour we're going to sell some of the lumber that we have stored over there. But unfortunately, we cannot sell direct our wood chips. I wish we could, but that is one thing they won't let us do. So we're still going to have to load those up once we get enough. I mean, I'm not going to bother with it until we get a full truckload. Let me run this thing back, and we'll take that silage to market. Well, with those bales, that got us just about to 100,000. So run this thing back. I'm going to go ahead and put as many logs as I can in that production sawmill. So overnight, when I skip another month, it'll be able to keep going and sell off as much lumber as possible. And then in February, we will actually start taking it there to turn it into playground equipment. Well, here we are in the month of February. There's a lot more snow on the ground, and we have $176,000, so we can actually hop in and buy that production now. So let's skip that onto the map here. Find it here somewhere. I believe it's down here. Yep. We'll go ahead and buy it. We can... Yes, there we go. Buy it. 150,000. It is now ours. So we will switch in here, and we will turn this over to distribute, so we're no longer selling it. If I can find the... There it is. Always have trouble trying to hit this point because there's also a light here. That didn't work. Try it again. Oh, there we go. Tab over. Output distributing and distributing. Now that should automatically go down to the playground. Let me run these to town and get those sold off. As you can tell, there's a lot more snow on the ground now, but the truck still, whoops, besides wanting to tip over, it maneuvers really good in the snow. It doesn't slide around any. So it's not slick like it used to be. See, braking's good. Tires don't seem to do anything. I mean, they sink in good. But other than that, they handle really well in the snow. Well, it sure is nice that somebody at the farmer's market came out and scooped this off for us. See if I can go ahead and sell it. Oh, of course it's not going to sell. Maybe it'll sell on the other side. It's odd how the straps don't go through, or around the top of the pallet, but actually go through. You know it said farmer's market was one of the sell points. Let's see, maybe we'll take it over here fine. Nope, not wanting to sell it here either. Well, I see there's actually nobody at the farmer's market, so maybe it actually closes certain times of the year. So I can't get it to sell off on this side or the other side. So I don't know, if you know, just leave it in the comments. What if this is a timed location where it's only open certain months of the year? But I believe that should do it here on Riverbend Springs. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to slap that like button. And until next time, have a blessed day, and bye-bye.
Deliver me from mine enemies, O my God, defend me from them that rise up against me.